Good morning, everybody. It's just about 8 a.m. on the 16th. Usually, on my phone, I have a Verizon, what do they call it? Android phone. And usually on my phone, things pop up like my bingo blitz, or somebody said something on Instagram, or somebody replied to me on YouTube, but never ever does anything pop up like somebody else's YouTube video unless like I went on there first. And I think that it was God's way of having me see this video today so that I could pray for this person. And my little tulips video about when it rains it pours came up on my Android phone. And usually you see how the bingo credits are there, and then the Instagram is right there, and then right underneath it, it would be her when it rains it pours message. And I went up on the internet and I just cannot find it anywhere. Maybe I'm not looking in the right places, but usually if you look under playlists or under videos, it's there, and I can't find it, so I had to listen to it on my Android. And sorry, just woke up. Didn't even get all the sandies out of my eyes yet. And today, well, not just today, but today, I will make it a purpose to pray for, I don't even know your name, sweetheart. I shouldn't be calling you sweetheart, because I usually call people sweetheart that are younger than me, and you're probably not younger than me by much. if you are younger. I'm just going to make it a point to pray all day for you. I heard her story. People don't ask me. Don't ask me if you want to hear her story. If you want to hear what happened, this is not for gossip. This is serious business. Watch her videos. Okay, I'm not even going to tell you which one. I already said something about it. I'm not on the oh, what did you hear? I'm not. I don't do that. My whole family does that. I don't do that. So I'm very, very close in my life to what I can't even say your name. My little tulip, to what her family is. Just very close. Sending prayers. I'm glad that you have your husband to go to when things like this happen. And because I'm single. And I've been for a long time, and I don't have babies, and I've never gotten close enough to have, this is hard. When it's somebody else pouring their heart out, it's easy to listen, but when it's you pouring your heart out, gosh, I've had boyfriends before and everything, and I just think that it was God's way of me not ever getting pregnant. I never had a scare, I thought it was because I thought that I couldn't have children for a long time. And because I have something called hypopituitarism. I have pituitary thyroid issues, and like womanly issues, and for a long time thought that I couldn't have children. And then I went to the doctor a couple years ago, sorry, a GYN, and I said, everything's working down there. I said, I have everything. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I just don't know. Can I have children? Is everything working down there? She's like, yeah, you can have children if you want. She's like, you're going to have to probably go to a fertility specialist because of you know, the way your body is just so kind of unique. And but yeah, you can if yeah. So I didn't know that. So I heard the part about the nephew having the tantrum, and then about the part of the mother saying, you know, something, you know, I know what she said. I don't want to relay everything because then it's like he said, she said. It's like the kind of like the telephone game. You tell somebody else, they have a different version of it. You tell somebody else, they have a different version of it, and by the time it gets back to that person, it's like a totally skewed version of what it you know, was in the first place. But do I have a family exactly like that? Yes. I was supposed to go to the movies just with my mom yesterday, but for some reason, you know, my brother came too. I wasn't very happy with that. I thought it was just supposed to be a mom and daughter thing. And, you know, I guess he came because he had a certain card where you get everything half off. So, this is my little story. We saw the Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, and it wasn't the best movie ever made. You know, it could have been a lot more exciting. It could have had a lot more stuff in it. It was just kind of like, you know, excitement here, excitement there, but it wasn't like all the way through. And so everybody was kind of complaining about the movie and the seats. First of all, these plush, leather, wide seats, kind of like people have out in California, never that we would have over here. And then, like, you would hit a button and it would recline back if you wanted it to. So you could be sitting in, like, a reclined, I wanted to take a video, but next time. And so my mom was complaining about how her hip was hitting the button, the switch, and it would either go back or forward. And my brother complained about the video, and it's like, do you not appreciate anything? See, I've been on both sides. I've been on the side where, you know, you get anything you want from your parents and your grandparents, and you're kind of spoiled. I've been on that side, and I've been on the down low side where you are going to the store and you have $40 and you have $60 worth of stuff in your cart, and you can only you put stuff on the conveyor belt that you want to go first, so that way if you don't have enough money, then you kind of leave the rest in the back. And you know, I've been there, and I've been, you know, on both sides of the coin. I've been on the side of you know, getting anything I want, pretty much, not within reason, not like, you know, ponies. I'm not like I came from a rich household, you know, just my parents worked and my grandparents worked, and you know. And then I've been on the side where I'm on food stamps, and I'm on Section 8, and I'm on I have HEAP, and I've been on both sides, so I know when something happens for me, to just take it as, wow, that was nice. You know, I don't take for granted a lot of things. You know, when somebody brings me to the movies and pays for me, you know, I'm sitting in a nice big red plush leather chair that can go recline, and I'm watching a movie, I'm good. You know, like, it kind of pissed me off that they were complaining about things. And I wish for a minute that my brother would be down, kind of low, just to grasp reality. I know I've taken this kind of out of context and everything, and I'm supposed to be talking about my little Tulip, but it just really pissed me off yesterday that they were so cavalier about their movie experience when I'm like, you know, I got some food, I'm watching a movie, I'm sitting in this awesome seat here, everything is good, you know. And I mean, they're just and I just want to this is my humanism. I just want to punch him because it's like, open your eyes. Not a lot of people get to do this. I see maybe a movie twice a year if I want to. That's most likely because taxi here to there and back costs about $20 now. You know, so it's just, so those kind of people seem, and if I'm wrong, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, seem kind of like a lot of people's families out there, how there's always a black sheep in the family, and you're the one wrong, and you're the one always doing wrong, and they don't understand you. And I just, sometimes I want to wake people up because they say, what's wrong with me? And I've said that to God and cried, and like a heap of emotion and tears. What's wrong with me? Why don't they love me? And it's not that they don't, well, yeah, they don't love me. Or they love me the only way that they know how to love me. But it's not my problem, you know? It's their problem. And when my little Tulip was speaking through that video, I swear, she just summed up my whole family. And the way they treat you, and they treat you different because you don't have children. And I do see it. I see it too. I see it too. They treat you like you're less than a human being because you haven't had kids. And if you haven't had kids before, then how can you ever watch somebody else's kids? I see it too. And in fact, I had my own little tragic story the other day when I went shopping. And I'm trying to get back where I was. I was watching my niece and nephew way back 5 years ago. Before my family and I were estranged for about 5 years. I didn't talk to any of my family. I was strictly on my own. I had one friend. And it was sad. I cried almost every day for years. And wondering why, you know, my mom also lived only 2 minutes away. Literally in a car ride, 2 to 5 minutes away from me, like around the corner and down the street. And, you know, cried every day. You know, God, why don't they love me? God, why don't they love me? And I just feel like a lot of people's families like that. They pick one person that they want to pick on because they themselves feel so low in themselves and feel so low in their hearts that they have to pick the one person that they feel in their eyes are lower than they are. Either that or it's a jealousy thing. Most times it's a jealousy thing. But the mother-in-laws, you know, by your, you know, your beauty, or because you're younger, or because you're whatever the circumstances, usually it's a jealousy thing. And when I'm with my mom, she might throw a dig. But if I'm with my mom and my brother, then she will throw a dig. Like yesterday, we were talking about how we saw like a big white van, and it only had the, you know, the windows in the back and the windows in the front. And my brother's like, oh, that's a kidnapping van. My mom's like, yeah. And she said something like, you know, we'll just throw her right in there. And her could have been anybody, but I know that her meant me. You know, and I just, to have that much hatred in your heart, you just must really be sad all the time. You know, I want to say that to my mom sometimes. As much as she throws digs and it hurts, and I came home and I've had a past couple of days too that were, yeah. And it's difficult when family throws you shade. And I was talking about how I was watching my niece and nephew back when they were 5 and 3. Now they're like 11 and 9, or, you know, 12 and 11 or something like that. I was watching them for a period of time, and because everybody had to know my business, I was dating a guy that they really didn't like. And then I went back to him quite a few times. And I'm not sure if I went back to him for me or just went back to him to piss my family off because they didn't like him. I'm pretty sure for me it was for me each time, but still it was a nice little bonus that they couldn't control every little facet of my life. Which a lot of people do like to control. And if they're not controlling you, then they're not happy. You know, I know that my mom and I get in huge fights, and we don't talk for weeks. And then you start out slow again. Start out going out a couple days. You know, like, you know, once every 2 weeks, and then it's once a week, and then it's twice a week, and then she gets comfortable and starts throwing her digs, and then that's when I back up again. And so anyway, I keep on going back and forth. So I went back to my boyfriend. This is back 8 years ago, something like that. And my brother, or my sister-in-law, decided to tell me that I'm not watching the kids anymore on a text. They didn't call me. They didn't tell me in person. They did it in a text. I just think that if you're going to say something in a text, that is just a really, excuse me kids, close your ears, that is a real just pussy way of doing something. If you have such balls to do something, do it all the way, you know. If you're going to fire me from watching your kids because you don't like the boyfriend that I have, which is damn ridiculous, then at least do it in person or on the phone. Don't choose the you know, the wimpy way out. So, yeah. I know I'm jumping all over the place here, but I just really feel for my little Tulip because, and maybe her family's nothing like mine. I mean, maybe I'm saying things that you totally disagree with, and that could be very true. You know, that could be very true. I never want to hurt her feelings, God forbid. And if I do, just tell me and I'll take this down. But yeah, it's family is just, and the first time I showed my mom my reborn, I'm like, do you want to hold it? She's like, well, my God, hold that thing for it. It's not a real baby, you know. And she still won't hold him. And in her eyes, not only do I look crazy because I have a doll as a baby, in her eyes, I look extra crazy because I'm disabled and I have a doll as a baby. Yeah. God forbid that you might actually be fully functioning in your brain and still want a doll anyway as a baby. God forbid, you know, to be fully functioning. I mean, I have my slow days. I've had a lot of trauma in my life. I've had a lot of in my life. Overwhelming stuff. I have my slow days. I really do. But God forbid for you to be a fully functioning adult in your life and in your brain and have a baby doll as a baby. There has to be something wrong with you if you have a baby doll. That are, you know, the thoughts of people who don't understand, who are ignorant. And ignorant is not a taboo term. Ignorant just means you don't know. You just don't know. You're just too, not stupid, but you're just, you know, I think the ignorance it comes along with not knowing and not wanting to know. Some people just don't want to know. So, yeah. So, I've had my fair share of family issues as well. And for them to say, you're not a mom. I had my sister-in-law say once, you're, tap me on the shoulder. Oh, you're never getting married, you know. She probably doesn't remember it because, half the time, and you know what? Shh. I see, I'm wicked too. I can just, right out there, It came so quickly. I had to shut myself down because it doesn't make me look good to throw shade at her either, But, yeah. Yeah, people really don't know. You know, that's what the day that happened, you know, after my mom said, oh, you know, I'm not going to hold the baby, that thing, it's a doll. You didn't even call it a baby, it's the thing. You know, and then I had a huge tantrum, pretty much, a breakdown. Not a tantrum, that's what kids do, a breakdown. And said, you know, so-and-so's married and they have kids, and so-and-so's married and I have kids, and, you know, and they have kids, and I've been serving God for all this time, and I don't even have a husband or a kid. And, you know, and I said, and this is what makes me happy. And, you know, it's terrible that they have to, families have to all bond together and have to have one outcast in the family, one black sheep, one, you know, just because it makes them feel better when they're, you know, stronger in numbers, you know. But I feel like if you're the black sheep, you're the strongest person in the family. That is most likely the case. I'm not saying my little Tulip is a black sheep, but it sounds like that. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Just woke up. That sounds a lot very similar to my family, and for your own mother to say something about you like that cuts deep. It just, I know from personal experience, it cuts deep. And you don't need them to accept everything you do. You don't need them to understand everything you do. You just would like for them to accept what you do and respect what you do. I can't imagine. I've never had a baby to have a miscarriage, and I can't imagine. I think that'd be about the second hardest thing a woman would ever have to go through. And you're still here. You're still here, and up to a couple days ago, you were still smiling. And I think that is what people who are so sad in themselves really can't stand. It's for you to have been through all the adversity. I want to cry. Unfortunately, that's what people can't stand. Is for you to have been through all the adversity that you've been through, that I've been through, that everybody's been through, and to still be smiling at the end of the day. That just gets in their craw. It just really does. God forbid, you know, somebody that they, you know, as for me, my family, somebody that they wanted to die a long time ago is still smiling, is still living, you know. I think God keeps me living just to make my mother miserable. I really do. As I've asked God many, many times, take me home. Take me home, God. I want to go home. And I've been in such a deep depression lately. That's all I've said to God is lay in my bed with tears running down my face. God, just take me home. I believe, you know, I said this before, if you hurt yourself in order to make yourself die, that you know, I believe what I believe is that you won't go to heaven. And so I won't do it. I won't do it. I want to go to heaven more than anything in the world. I'd give everything up, my own apartment, just to go to heaven. I don't have to, you know. I already know that I'm saved. But just see the time. It's 24 minutes. I've been talking for 24 minutes. So I pray that you take the time you need, and while you're going through the process of anger and sad and bitter and upset Just know that we all have our arms wrapped around you, and we're hugging you, and we're holding you, and we're there for you. We really are. You know, I'm here for you. I know you don't really know me, but I respect you, and I really do, and my heart just goes out to you, because I just think that we've had very, very similar issues, unfortunately, and I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm sorry that happened to you. I really am. But you know what? You're going to take some time. You're going to go through it. You're going to come through it. You're going to come out the other side. And maybe not right now. Maybe not tomorrow. At some point, you're going to still smile. Love you, and we'll talk to you soon. That's to everybody. That's not just to my little Tulip. That's to everybody. And I'll tell you something very quickly. The enemy has been working hard on me lately. He's just pissed off that I'm living. He just does not like the fact that I live. And sorry. And my mom just doesn't like the fact. She'd never say it, ever. Oh God, she'd deny it to the ends of the earth. It's just still pissed off that I'm living. That I am, in everybody else's eyes, as far as my family goes, dysfunctional. Because I have a hump on my back and my arm is different than everybody else's. Dysfunctional, afflicted, and that I'm still here and I'm still smiling. You know, sometimes I put on a smile just because I know it pisses them off, you know. And sometimes that's what you have to do. You know, not fake it. Not fake it, because then you're hurting you when you fake it. But, you know, and I know that the enemy is just still pissed off that I'm here. You know, he's taken everything from me. He's taken a lot of things from me. And he's still pissed off that I'm still here. And I think that's why God will refuse to take me home. It's not only because I still have to do his will, but because everybody is pissed off that I'm still here. God forbid that I'm afflicted physically and I'm right in my brain. I'll tell you just a quick story. The other day, I was just very down on myself. Been down. Like the grins in my heart was 2 sizes too small. I don't know. God did something last night, and this morning I'm happier. I'm better. I can't say that I'm going to be, you know, forever happy. Sorry. My chew, I need a tissue. But I was in Walmart the other day, and just like my little Tulip says, you know, when people look at you and differently because you don't have children, people look at me differently because I'm disabled. And they see my body and think what is going to come out is going to be afflicted as well. So people see me physically before they see me. You know, they see my hunchback, they see my arm, they see how I look, and they judge like that. I can't help it, I judge like that too, but I try because I'm a little bit more empathetic to people's plights than most, because of where I came from and how I was brought up and everything. People just judge you so quick on a dime, you know, and think that because you are on your body, then so shall you be out your mouth and in your brain. And, oh, you stopped dripping. And, so yeah, just like you can, when people judge you because you're not a mom, you know, a mom, you know, technically, I don't like that term. I mean, like when people use it for as you're a mom because you birthed a baby out your vagina. I think all women that love children, that have been there for children, that have taught children are moms. It doesn't mean just because you have a baby out of your vagina, it means you're just automatically enrolled into the moms club. A lot of women, a lot of teenagers have had children and God forbid done with them what they did, and that doesn't automatically roll you into the moms club. I believe that I'm a mom. I don't have any children. I've never had a child out my vagina. Sorry for the kids. But I have been there for my niece and my nephews. I've been there for my friends' kids, all of them growing up. I've been a mom. I've been a mom to many number of kids. And, and there was, in church, back 5 years ago, it was Mother's Day, and they were going to give out a rose out to everybody that was a mom. And I didn't do it, but I should have. I should have stood up right next to him. And I know being a mom and taking care of children are different. You're not there all the time, listening to the whining and the crying and cleaning up the throw up and dealing with kids at 2 a.m. who have a fever. I understand that there's a different thing there. I really do. I really do. But I think just because you're not a full-time mom doesn't mean that you're not a mom, period. So yeah. I believe that I'm a mom, that I have been a mom. I don't think that I'm a mom continuously. I might be a reborn mom, but I have been a mom on and off through the years with my niece and nephews and my friends' kids and others' kids, and I used to watch kids when I was younger, and yeah. So, just to pray for you to continue to fight for another day. And just because you might have not had a child out of your womb doesn't mean that you're not a mom. Doesn't mean that you don't know how to take care of children. There are many moms, many moms out there that have had many children out of their vaginas that have no clue or even care to have a thought to put their child first before themselves. So, it's unfortunate that somebody has to say that, but it is true. It is true. It doesn't take for somebody to have a child out of their vagina to know how to love, to know how to care for somebody, to know how to nurture somebody. When that love is there, it is just always going to be there. That innate feeling to just want to nurture and love will always be there. If you have it, you have it. And I have it. And, yeah. And I respect your decision as far as what way you want to do in having children. That's your decision. That's the decision you and your husband made. That is between you two. It's not between mother-in-law, not between mom, not between sister, auntie, whatever. It is between you and your husband. And when people start putting their nose in your business, is the time where you need to be shutting the door, because I know that when somebody starts putting their nose in my business, they're up to no good. And I know it's a lot easier said than done. Hear you on that. So it's almost 35 minutes, and I gotta go. So that is my message for this morning. And just know that during this time, we're all gonna be loving on you and hugging on you and just lifting you up in prayer. And so God bless you, and we'll see you when you come out of it, and you will come out of it. Love you. Bye, everybody.